Hello everybody, it's Guiding Halo. I hope you're all doing well. This is going to be a reading for you guys from your, I guess it'll be the 21st to the 28th. Let's do it from the 21st to the 30th of June. Oops, well, 2 cards out already. We have Justice. We have all up in your head as to whether justice is going to be served. More going on here than meets the eye. It's kind of like a okay, so psychic insights, something you've been dealing with since you were a child, almost like there's a stalemate where justice is concerned. Will there ever be any clarity is the question. This is for my Virgos, just so we all know. Someone's having a hard time making up their mind about which direction they want to go. Well, it seems they want to go have some fun and celebrate and enjoy life. But there's something that's keeping them in this energy of you're just not sure what way to go, which way to turn, what to do. That's what I'm getting here. I think you fear people lying to you. You fear things behind the scenes. I think you might even have had people tell you that you're paranoid. You're being paranoid, but you sense something's going on. You're just not sure what that something is. That's what I'm getting. So balance needs to come to a situation where there's been none. And the reason there's been none is because there's absolutely, well, you're walking down a path of the unknown, it seems, straight into, you wonder if you're self-sabotaging yourself, doing this again, following this route again, going about which route it is. You now, if you're waiting for justice to be served in a situation, due to someone's lies, this could be something in the court, something like that. It could be something surrounding children. It could be some there's a certain amount of, I'm gonna honestly say, romanticizing the past here and celebrating the fact that you look back at things and only find the good. I think it's something you celebrate about yourself. But on the second hand, is it self-sabotaging to do that? It is helpful and most people would say advisable to remember what someone put you through or what situation put you through what. Even though you may believe that every circumstance is forgivable, there has to be a higher version way to handle this, a higher vibrational way to handle this. Tell me about this Justice card, please. Feeling left out in the cold. Somebody is, someone's going out on a limb here, spiritually, and with their own life in trying to bring someone to justice. It's like you almost feel like you could be sunk in the process, or perhaps justice to this point has eluded you in many different ways. And I wonder if you feel as though you've been left out of the benefactor wheel. Let's just say it's somebody sitting there saying everybody else has all the luck and you're wondering where yours is. Challenging information coming in with the 9 of Swords here. I would say that gives you your 10th sword, able to put away all of the sleepless night, stress, worry, and aggravation, because it seems there's been a lot. It seems there's been a lot. And a lot of lack of clarity, I was gonna say. So the Moon card, lack of clarity here. Temporary self-imposed prison, not really sure what's gonna happen. But the fact that justice is here means that balance is going to be brought to this situation. Now, I guess the question remains as to how it is balance is brought to this situation. Will everybody like it or not, is the question. Let's get one more clarifying card on that Five of Pentacles. A wish granted. Well, I guess there's your answer. It's going to bring somebody complete happiness. Something where you have been left out in the cold from, or something where you have been dealt a dirty deal. It seems there will be happiness and celebration. I think the information or ingenious ideas coming to fruition is that you may end up working on things better as a team than relying on others. Going inward. This is the Hermit card, somebody at the top of the mountain. Very wise, very they're using that star of hope in their lantern to find their way forward. They're hoping that everything that they've done and the journeys they've been on isn't for naught. But this is the old wise sage, an old soul. Perhaps you've had people tell you that even when you were a child, that you're an old soul. So we have, this could be a lawyer here, or yeah, somebody with something to say, but usually holds back in their energy. They don't come and give you the information unless it's absolute solid found information, but there is communication coming of good news. It could be a creative endeavor. It could be a creative way of handling whatever legal scenario this is. Two of Swords, walking away from the emotional confusion. So you've had a cloud of illusion around what even truth is for you, what even justice is. What does justice look like in this circumstance or situation? The stalemate comes and people walk away because there's no movement. There's zero movement in any circumstance or situation. It becomes too heavy of a burden to carry. It's almost time to put the burdens down, and it seems it will come about through the form of celebration. Could be hanging out with some friends, finding clarity. Perhaps you've been, you may have a lot of responsibilities or feel responsible for many people and many circumstances, many situations in your life. You'd like to be there for everybody, but the reality is sometimes you've just got to be there for yourself. I think this is getting to the place of calling it like you see it and almost not being afraid of who you lose in the process. Seven of Swords. The Lovers. So self-sabotaging. Could be a contract. Now, if this is till the end of June, I would say the 29th or 30th, or between the 27th and 30th, there could be an opportunity to come together and work with somebody. It could be two people the Divine's trying to bring together. But the underlying energy of the situation is sabotage, or trying to get out while the getting's good. I think, I wonder if somebody actually is going to come to terms with the fact that perhaps they actually got out while the getting was good. They might not have seen it at the time, but perhaps they're starting to see it now. Let's see what else we got. Let's clarify this Nine of Swords and this Page of Swords, please. The Ace of Pentacles. So, good news coming your way, a brand new beginning. As soon as the Ten of Swords energy happens and is given up on, putting it to bed, putting it to rest, I want to say there's some sort of element of forgiveness here, which brings about justice and a happy ending, or a happy beginning, or a happiness in the moment. Ace of Pentacles is having an ingenious way to put in the work. Perhaps you've been all up in your head about exactly what work to do. Maybe there's been a change in circumstance or a change in desire, a change in fulfillment. Understanding that one income stream isn't necessarily going to fill the pot per se and give you the life that you desire, even though you're heading down a road that is I want to say that I feel like your thoughts keeping you in this temporary head energy, all up in your head about what you don't know will happen or will happen, is, I want to say, it's almost like stealing your, it's making you tired. So what can you focus on that will maybe not make you so tired? I also feel like there's somebody that keeps trying to pull you back into things. It doesn't matter what you do or which way you go. Look at that. That's the truth. I spoke right there. The divine bringing something back around. More going on here than meets the eye. Psychic insights. No wonder you're all up in your head. I believe you psychically, intuitively know something is coming back around. I think there's some fear. There's some sadness. There's some loss. I know it's about facing those fears and those sadnesses and those losses. You could have been dealing with a soulmate or a situation you dealt with as a child, but this is usually about reminiscing the past. You very strongly could be dealing with a Cancer, Libra, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. Gemini strongly here, as well as Libra and Cancer. Let's get another card on this Hermit here with the romanticizing the past. The Wheel of Fortune reversed yet, so it's not divine timing. This upright is like it's divine timing will bring this around. Your Wheel of Fortune spins. I think there's lack of clarity in what to do while waiting for divine timing to come around. That's what I'm getting. It's like you're asking the divine for clarity. You're a very wise person looking at the past, understanding to take each day as it comes, each moment as it comes. This Wheel of Fortune in reverse means something that is, I want to say, unlucky. But we're waiting on the divine to bring something around. Oh, I see. Someone is stuck in a time loop here between what happened to them as a child and what they're solving as an adult. And until the thing is taken care of, possibly in court, that has to do with children, you very well may be stuck in this loop for quite some time. But it needs to be taken care of. The question is, when? Well, there's not the known as to when. It's about divine timing nonetheless. You may look at what happens in court or otherwise, wherever it needs justice. You may look at it as very unjust. But we see that the divine is in control of these things here. And they're working to bring balance to the situation. I want to say that someone very well may have a soul contract with the divine in some sort of way as they are working on that person to do whatever is right in their soul contract situation. It's leaving you in a whole lot of confusion as to you. I'm getting that somebody here in this first row feels like the justice system's absolute BS. Yeah, somebody feels like the justice system is absolute BS. Tell me about this good news possibly coming from a lawyer or a communication coming in. It's going to take great strength. Taming the inner beast of fear. It's almost like being force-fed a pill. Taming that inner beast of fear within. Something is going to be spoken or said that you know, I want to say, is a lie. That you know is unjust. That you know is not balanced. This energy of having great strength to bring the communication in to try and stop a lie, or to try and get away while the getting's good, you very well may have someone come in and give you a small offer with this court deal or whatever it is, having to do with a Leo. They're trying to get away with something. Not putting in the work, trying to stop a war, trying to stop a battle. All that does is leave everybody in stalemate energy. Someone here wants to absolutely walk away from this for the rest of time and leave it behind. There's that stalemate. See, is why I like using 2 decks. Stalemate, I just want to walk away. I don't want to deal with this anymore. Stalemate again. Stalemate again. So even in the walking away, you may very well feel like you're lost. You may very well feel like you're not sure which way to go or which way to move or what to do. You very well may feel that way, but you're in stalemate energy for a reason. Communication coming from a distance. This is the 8 of Wands that brings in celebration. I think you've had a lot to deal with and a lot of work to contend with. There's some sort of contract that could be that someone lied to you about or decided to opt out of and left you holding the bag. It's like in this contract here, see, someone may have opted out of it, which was a wish granted for them, but left you holding the bag. Because I see it's like getting out while the getting's good. We have the dark side and the light side of relationship here, and the truth that sits between them all. So a brand new beginning. We have Capricorn, Gemini, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini, but this is a brand new truth that will be absolutely your crowning glory. It's not going to be an easy beginning. It's going to be hard because it's about coming out of toxicity into something healthy. The question is, can you trust it? 98% of you would sit there and say, hell nah, I don't trust that crap. Hell nah. Can't say as I blame you. This Virgo here would be like, hell nah, I don't trust that crap neither. I think you feel like your intuition is off though, and I feel like you're wondering if you have any, if your input even really matters per se. Close encounters. Well then, this is your oracle card, card number 10. Let's read it. It's a beautiful card. The colors are gorgeous. This is a time of connection that asks for you to be vulnerable and authentic. Let go of any social masks or constructs you use to keep yourself apart from others. Lower your shields and allow yourself to step into a dance of intimacy. When you become close to people, you remind yourself that you are not alone. You're part of a beautiful, meaningful bond. At a deep spiritual level, there are so many lessons offered to you in this closeness. At a social level, intimate relationships help you ignite the spark of life that is the power of affinity. You flourish as a result of offering emotional honesty, a true desire for equality, love, friendship, and laughter. We aren't meant to be alone, yet sometimes we are wounded, and we build walls around ourselves so we don't get hurt again. It's time to be honest about yours and step out from behind that barrier and engage in all of life. That is the beautiful opportunity to allow your vulnerability to be your strength. There's that strength coming in as a child with childlike communication. 7 of Swords, wanting to get out while the getting's good. This is a beautiful opportunity to allow your vulnerability to become your strength as you choose to live in integrity and without artifice. Even in your work life, this mode of connection allows you to be truly present. When you live this way, everything and everyone thrives. You have no need to defend yourself when you are being truly and utterly you, empowered by the raw openness and willingness to be seen. In this way, your close encounters will not fail you. There is much to celebrate when you stand eye to eye, shoulder to shoulder, sharing your heart. So it's about putting your heart out there and your truth out there, unapologetically so. All right, let's pull a card for what the outcome for the month by the end of June, because I believe whatever this is going to take some time to heal. What is the outcome, the foreseeable outcome for the end of June for this reading. Unity, the Empress in reverse, and the Ace of Fire. So this is about commitment. This is traditional viewpoints or methods, spiritual organizations. Seek out mentors or like-minded friends, asking people for help and advice. The Empress in reverse, you are so close. Lavish abundance, give birth to your dreams, nurture yourself and others. I think someone's wondering where their lavish abundance is. I believe it's in the opening up to whatever's coming towards you is where you're going to find your abundance. An exciting new opportunity, career advancement, change your life now. So there could be something that you're working towards or you hear about that it takes you off guard. It comes at you perhaps through a very close encounter. Very interesting. I love you guys. I'll talk to you again soon. Blessings.